What is your favorite quote or saying? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Kevin here. Have you ever wanted a journal but you didn't want to do it alone? Well, say no worries. I actually started this new segment which I'm going to try out. It's called Freestyle Fire Journal. You might be asking yourself, hey Kevin, why did you name it Freestyle Fire Journal? And I just thought it was a cool name because it has an intellectual hip hop vibe, and I'm going to be shooting straight off the dome as soon as I do it. Oh, and make sure to like, comment, subscribe. How do I freaking forget to do a shameless plug? And basically what it does is, one, I would love for you guys to kind of put your comments below. Some of us think that we have to do these long journals like Dear Diary. We don't have to do that. We can just literally put 1 to 2 lines in the comments below, and you guys can journal with me. Second thing, it holds me accountable because I'm notorious for not journaling and skipping journaling a lot, so it's just another way I can create content and you guys can see a different side of me as well. If you guys want to journal with me, you can buy this book, Onequestionaday. I'll leave a link below and then you can take a look at that. But it's a way to support my channel and follow along if you're down too. But I thought it'd be cool to kind of document my stories, my thoughts, and just journal with me. So today is July 28th and it's asking, what is your favorite quote or saying? So one of my favorite quotes more recently, and I can't think of like the absolute favorite quote of the day of like all time. I don't know. I don't keep a journal of quotes, even though I probably should keep a book of quotes somewhere. But one of the quotes that has been really sticking with me was by Charles Poliquin. If you don't know who Charles Poliquin is, he's actually a strength coach. He's an elite strength coach, and he actually passed away about 2 years ago, but he used to coach Olympians, high performance, and he was one of the first people I started following when it came in terms of fitness and dieting and all that. But somewhere along the way, I kind of lost his I stopped following him. I don't know why. It must have been freaking crazy, but he's really hilarious. If you find any of his old podcasts, he has a podcast with Tim Ferriss, but even on YouTube, he has like the Superhuman. He was a host on the Superhuman podcasting. He has a really great life philosophies and all that, and he's just an overall funny guy. So rest in peace, Charles. But I think of you about my favorite quote more recently as well. And he said, this is a paraphrase, obviously, it's not verbatim. He had this one interesting quote saying, don't seek out sex therapy from a nun. And that is, that's resonated with me more recently as well. You know, not only in life, business, fitness, and all that, but really getting quality advice from the people that have done it already, right? By the way, that quote kind of sums up Charles Poliquin to a T, where he's a little raunchy, he's pretty damn funny, but there's a hint of truth deep down inside, and that's something that I always strive to do too, as well. So that's something I'm always thinking about. But if there's one thing I can really think of more recently, it's really making sure that you're getting quality advice. Typically, if you take there's this saying where you take someone's advice, you take their life, or something like that, right? And one of my favorite things to do is to look at people that are 10 years down the line from us, right? Because are they happy? Are they fulfilled? Because chances are you're not going to be that different, and you're going to end up like them as well. And so with a lot of pharmacists, when I was a pharmacist at the time, and I saw pharmacists who are 10 years further down the line from me, they were all miserable. They looked all checked out. It would be the most saddest thing when they come in with their lunch bag. And yes, all pharmacists who are like 10, 15 years down the line always carry a lunch bag. And they just seem so dead, so beaten up, you know, because of all the years of burnout and emotional abuse that you get from your patients and stuff. They just look checked out. And I was like, that's not what I want to be like. And I remember when I spoke to these pharmacists as well, told them that I want to do a business in the future or do something outside of pharmacy. A lot of them thought, wow, Kevin, I mean, that's great and all, but it's not realistic. It's very risky and all that sort of stuff. But at the same time, these people were never entrepreneurs, or I hate that word, but they never started up an asset of themselves, right? And that's important because, of course, from their perspective, as someone who's never started up a business, an online business per se, it's been very interesting as well. Of course, they're gonna always slant to the side of skepticism or not knowing. So I just never, when it came to that sort of stuff, sure, in the pharmacy, I would listen to them because a lot of the older people, the seasoned vets, as how I call them in the industry, they always have all these tricks or tricks up their sleeves or things that they picked up, and they're very wise. But certain things I wouldn't listen to them in terms of life advice or business advice as well. This was even more important when I transitioned into high ticket closing as well, right? It was very, very eye-opening when I thought I knew how to close when I first started, but I really didn't. And it took a lot of refinement. And during that time when I was struggling, when I was about to get terminated, my contract terminated because my performance wasn't good, I had to seek out like people who've closed multi-million-dollar deals in consulting. One of my really close friends, he helped me out on how to position conversations and how to set expectations and how to have difficult conversations, because when you're doing anything like any sort of consulting or essentially business consulting or anything like that, you have to talk about sensitive topics like money and all that. It's not very comfortable talking about it, especially if someone's dead broke, And then I also started reaching out to people who had years and years and years of closing as well, who helped guided me. Fun fact, I actually met Ty Lopez's old sales manager. This world is so small, but I met him and he really took me under his wing and showed me. And it wasn't only him, but a lot of people who are 20 plus years really invested the time in me and to make me better. And that's something I'm always so appreciative of. And then again, if I went to Joe Schmo off the street, they would have just said, Kevin, you're freaking crazy. But here, there are these seasoned vets who are making, $8,000 per week or $10,000 per week through closing. And even though I'm not there yet, I'm hell a lot closer than I was before. So really getting the right advice from the right people who have done what you've done already, I think that's important to keep in mind as well. And especially for myself, when I talk about certain things on this channel, I always try to be as transparent as possible about my history with certain things, right? I didn't want to teach investing unless I hit my first 6 figures with investing, which I did. I don't want to even launch a high ticket program course until maybe in the future, maybe never. But really, I didn't want to do it because I didn't have expert level expertise. That's not the right word, but you guys get the picture. Even for pharmacy, I wouldn't feel comfortable talking about pharmacy unless I had I started my pharmacy channel maybe in 2014. So I had about 2 years as a pharmacist. I finished pharmacy school and I had more years and years and years of working in the pharmacy already. So that's when I started talking about it. And there's too many fake it till you make it type of people. And my real advice to you is just really do your due diligence on finding the right people, because finding the right people is one of the most important parts, because there's 3 things that matter: right people, right processes, right tools. And people is the most important thing, because they can lead you to the right tools. They'll give you the context behind the strategies and processes if you're starting a business. It's important for any sort of type of learning as well. So those are just my thoughts. That's my Freestyle Fire Journal for what's today? July 28th. So make sure to pick up your copy of the Onequestionaday journal with me. If you guys are watching this, comment below too. What is your favorite quote? Let me know how you found it, what it is, and journal with me, guys. I think this is going to be really fun. I think this is going to really take off, but let me know, guys. Do you like this series? I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.